Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe left Protection Town and set off toward the Barren Hills. Dell got her phone out and shared photos of them all in happier times, and New Rogue connected again with Shadow Nemesis by reminiscing about Wet Change's more bizarre sketches until they arrived at the Nameless Graveyard. Coming upon a church, they investigated the strange statues atop it, and when Tyler discovered that those stone gargoyles were cursed and would come alive at night, Shadow Nemesis smashed their heads off. But the sun is setting and they've yet to explore inside the building. Have they done enough to ensure their safety tonight? I doubt it.
Previously on Jesters of Ravenloft, our heroes were all inside their fortified carriage, making their way towards the Barren Hills, when New Rogue was struck by a long series of inspirational moments from the mist, remembering a collection of sketch comedy sketches that they had performed over the course of Wet Change history, but mainly featuring New Rogue and Shadow Nemesis. And over the course of these memories being explained aloud with clips from Dell's phone, the two managed to reconnect a little bit, bringing the party a little bit closer together, as then they talked about having sex over cheese, making Dell and Tyler so uncomfortable that Tyler now has disadvantage on his next roll to engage with them directly or try to persuade them of something because they're gross.
Sorry.
They had to choose whether to spend the night in the Nameless Graveyard or the Forest of Screams. Several good arguments were put forward for either location, but they ended up settling on the Nameless Graveyard because Tyler pointed out that it would be very hard to sleep inside the Forest of Screams with how generally literal the names are inside this domain. Riding into the large, creepy graveyard, passing countless graves where the names have been worn off by time and weathering, our heroes ended up at a massive Gothic stone church. Shadow Nemesis, determined to scout it out for any dangers, sprinted up the side of the building to promptly wait 10 minutes while Tyler cast Identify through his familiar to make sure that the gargoyles that he had discovered up top weren't going to be able to attack him, or that smashing them wouldn't, get everyone killed. During that time, New Rogue realized that he's been struggling with engaging with Dr. Deputy, the squire who's been flying around inside a robot body, and Dell helped New Rogue come to the idea that maybe if he wants to be friends with Shadow Nemesis, he shouldn't keep trying to completely change the personality of his squire. Dell also checked in with Rumple Foreskin, who was feeling pretty good, comfortable in their armor, glad the party is coming back together. Up top, the Identify spell came through and informed the party Tyler told everyone that the gargoyles were scheduled to come alive at night. So Shadow Nemesis, throwing caution to the wind, smashed the heads of all the gargoyles using a lump of metal wrapped in a metal magnet cape, and keeping the largest gargoyle's head for a trophy that he is carrying with him. And as the sun set, he sent the Dr. Deputy inside a robot body down into the church to see if there were any other dangers closing in. That's where we left off. So that means, I'll sit a little bit taller in my chair. It's time for us to return to Ravenloft. Dr. Deputy soars down into the darkness inside the church, hunting for foes as the sun goes down. And you have this terrifying moment, Shadow Nemesis, where there is no response from the dark until you just hear a voice coming through speakers go, "It's cool down here."
Oh, okay. I turn my voice to where everybody else is, and I go like, "Big voice," and then I say, "Hey, it's great in there. Doesn't look like there's anything in there. I'm gonna go in, see you inside," and then I want to scuttle in after him.
Great. So Shadow Nemesis is climbing down into the church. With that announcement, would everybody else join him inside?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah.
So the three of you make your way inside through the front door. Shadow Nemesis, you make your way down from the roof, and Rumple Foreskin unhooks themselves from the carriage and follows you in, while your brave sentry rat remains outside, Dell, keeping an eye in case there are any threats.
Perfect.
And you all end up inside a church. The inside is not nearly as ruined or as creepy as the rest. You can see the pews are still seemingly well maintained, not rotted by time. They're still made of a lacquered wood. There are beautiful mosaics on the floor, and there are a collection of candles, votive candles, still spread around and on the altar at the center. For you, new rogue, you can see that there are symbols of Ezra on the walls.
Oh, hey, folks, I think this might be a church of life. Take a look at the Ezra.
And Del, this is the moment that your cell phone that came with you from Edinburgh dings.
Huh? Oh,
What was that sound?
It's my phone. I like pull out my phone and look at it. Is it a text or?
You see that the bars are already gone, but there is a single text that has come through. And as you open it up, you see that it is a text from Ryan, your friend that you reach out to in the real world, that just says, "Happy Thanksgiving, Del. Wherever you are, I miss you."
I can't even make words, but I turn it and I show it to Tyler.
Oh, man.
And that's when
God.
you realize that today is Thanksgiving, which is a very important day for all of Wet Change, one that you've become very emotionally attached to as a group. Del, why does everybody care about Thanksgiving and Wet Change?
Thanksgiving, because everyone is Canadians. American Thanksgiving is the time where we all hang out because I make everybody food. So we usually do a chill time and food and hang out because I have free, and so I can actually focus on having some free time. And I usually invite everybody to just hang out and eat food, or like go to Chuck E. Cheese or something. Do you have that in Canada?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they would be open on Thanksgiving,
There
American
you go.
Thanksgiving.
We usually hang out and have food at Chuck E. Cheese. Everything.
So you know that Thanksgiving has been a time where no matter what is going on with this group, no matter what the battles are, it is a time to gather, to eat, and to play games and bring everyone together.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this church. You've got a comfortable place to stay. Dare you try to have a Thanksgiving? What do you say to the group as this idea runs through your head, Del?
Oh, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, Del.
And I pull out because I'm just feeling it right now. I pull out the Reality Blade, and I'm going to use one of my level 2 spells to cast Phantasmal Force. And let's see, how big can it be? Oh, I guess I can only afflict one target with it though, which is unfortunate. But regardless, I guess it's for Tyler then.
What's the spell? What are you trying to do?
I want to use my spell slot of Phantasmal Force to just make a big image of something, so make something look different. Mm-hmm. So I basically just want to quickly make the inside of like one wall of the church look like Chuck E. Cheese. Like you can't really interact with it because it's going to be invisible, but it can look like it can make sound.
Wonderful. I will say you make the front alcove of the church where the altar is in that section. It looks like a Chuck E. Cheese. And you turn the pew in the front row into, or you turn the altar itself into a table that you could all approach to either eat around or gather around or connect over. And you all realize that this is Thanksgiving. This is a day of thanks. This is a day of connection, except for New Rogue, who only knows the words Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yes. Thanks all the givings.
And you've missed so much of reality that you all have this brief couple of moments to go and try to find something to bring to this group Thanksgiving, whether it be food, whether it be a gift, whether it be a game. Can you all roll me initiative?
Initiative. Oh,
I want to find out what order we're going to do this in.
I have 10.
9.
7.
Total of 19.
Damn. Shadow Nemesis.
Thanksgiving spirit is strong with him. The American Thanksgiving spirit.
Yes. I prefer it.
Shadow Nemesis disappears immediately, as do Tyler and New Rogue. Del, would you explain Thanksgiving to Dr. Deputy and Rumple Foreskin, or would you just go to collect something for this little Thanksgiving?
No, this is perfect because the only thing I was thinking to collect would just be my deck of cards, so I could do card games. So we could maybe play some card games, and I have that on my person. So while everybody scatter, I can explain Thanksgiving to the people who have not experienced it before.
Okay, so like, what's Thanksgiving? And the robot's chest opens up. It's just like, yeah, what do we got to do?
Well, pretty much. Thanksgiving, there's a long sorted historical and all kinds of things, but like our Thanksgiving is about just being thankful for having friends and having some time to express that and share some good food and downtimes where we don't, have to think about stressful stuff. So I mean, I'm glad there's no gargoyles attacking because that would kind of put a damper on Thanksgiving. But so I'm thankful to you, Rumple Foreskin, for being such a good friend and for us meeting. And I'm thankful that you're not dead, Dr. Deputy. I'm glad you're still with us.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, that's really nice. But everybody seems to be going to get something. What kind of stuff do we get? Just something thankful?
I guess just something that we can either share or play or eat. Any of the above all work.
Okay. And Rumple Foreskin heads off to do the same, as does the Dr. Deputy. All right. Up first, Shadow Nemesis. You're lightning fast and you're clever like a fox. What are you looking for in this graveyard to contribute to the group Thanksgiving?
Okay. I guess my first question would be, if the gargoyles come to life at night, do the pieces of them turn into flesh? So like, does the little head I have, is it now just like a dead head?
I mean, normally I would say roll perception, but you look at the head and it's still stone, so no.
Well, that's a bummer. I was hoping it would come to life.
Just destroyed a church.
Okay, well, I want to decorate the head then, because that could be like the little centerpiece for the table. So
Okay.
I want to find. I was going to make it a horn of plenty and shove its mouth full of brains, but I guess that can't happen. But okay, so I'll look around the church. I'll go like, yeah, okay. Let's see if anything's in the basement. I'll go deep into the basement and find like
Great. Can you roll me?
spooky like things to put on it.
Can you roll me an investigation to see what you find in the bottom of this church?
Oh man, that's -1. All right. Danger sense? No, does that?
No, that does not help you. There's
right.
no threat in the basement.
Ooh, okay, good. Well, I rolled a 15, so that means 14.
14. You go down into the basement to look for spooky things, and you find some gothic crosses and some spider webs you can spread across it as it goes, and some red candles that you could light that would drip wax that looks something like blood.
Ooh.
But most importantly, you find 2 bottles of wine.
Hey, all right. All right, I'll kind of uncork one bottle, take a couple swigs, see if it's still good.
Roll me a d20. No modifier. This is just a luck roll. Let's see how good your luck is.
10.
10. It's a little salty, but it's decent.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know good wine. Like Adam, the person, I could drink. I've drank like wine. And like, this isn't bad. And people have been like, this is like vinegar. Like, how are you drinking this? So I'll be like, it's pretty good. All right. So I keep a bottle for me, and then I'll keep a bottle for everybody else. And I'll grab some candles, and I guess I don't have a lighter on me. I guess I got to bring it up. All right. So then I wanted to surprise them, but I'll bring my arts and crafts up, and I'll like ask. I think New Rogue has a lighter, so I'll be like,
he'll be there to help you in a minute. But you bring your stuff up, and you get
mind.
ready for everybody to be there.
Okay.
Up next, Tyler. What are you looking for?
That's a good question. I am gonna look for some food of some kind. I'm gonna try and find some food. And we're in a graveyard. We're in a church in a graveyard, so that's gonna be easy.
100%. Do you want to check around the church? Do you want to check in the little crypt keeper's cottage that's next door? Do you want to go out and search among the gravestones? What are you thinking?
I think I'll check the crypt keeper's cottage. If that's where someone lived. Oh God, I hope we're not like, hey, we broke your gargoyles, give us food. But I will. I'll go to the cottage and kind of just rap on the door and see if anyone answers. If not, I'll see if I can let myself in.
You knock on the door and there is no answer. Okay, then you try the door and it creaks open, and in a flash, a bunch of birds fly past you.
Oh, fuck. Like, oh shit. Like really, like just almost have a heart attack, and that's what kills me in Ravenloft is cardiac arrest. But
jump scare.
Yeah.
You make your way inside, and you just see what looks like a ruined, kind of collapsed by age and time interior of a crypt keeper's cottage. The windows are smashed in. It's clear the birds probably came through there, but you gave them a big opening and were a looming presence they had not anticipated. Furniture has been knocked over. It's all wood in here. You're not seeing any stone structures or anything like that. This one's clearly not built nearly as... It's not built to last nearly as long as the church itself and has fallen into disrepair, but there is a kitchen, there is a counter, there are a number of shelves, there are those kind of things.
I guess I'll check the kitchen, any cabinets, that kind of thing, drawers, but this does not bode well. I think I'll abandon this search pretty quickly if something doesn't jump out at me. Well, I don't want anything else to jump out at me, but if I don't find something.
Do you want to roll an investigation, or is there something else you would pitch that you would use to search this area?
Investigation, I think, makes the most sense.
Great.
+3. Total of 16.
Total of 16. You are searching through and not finding much in terms of the various shelves or anything that would have lasted this long until you find one shelf in the corner. And when you open it up, you feel a tingle of magic on your hand that almost shocks you. It doesn't hurt you, but there's just a tingle of that. And as you open it up, you feel a draft of cold, colder than the room around you. And you realize that you found a magical icebox. And as you open it up, there is one of the favorite foods of the whole group that has survived using this last trickle of magic that you released when you opened the door. What is it?
Favorite foods of the whole group?
Just something you all like.
It's pizza. Ravenloft has pizza?
I will say at first glance, you think that it is just a loaf of bread. And it's a kind of a bummer. Like, bread's better than nothing, but it's not like great. And then you pick the bread up and you see that there's a tiny hole in the corner of the crust where a small bit of red sauce has leaked out. And you just give it a little squeeze and you see a little bit of cheese extended, and you realize you have found a Ravenloft calzone.
Oh my God. All of my preconceptions about this realm are being challenged in this moment. And as I place it back in the icebox, is the icebox something that can be moved, or is it like affixed to where it is?
Roll me a strength check.
It's actually not a bad roll. Strength, just straight strength you're looking for?
You could add your saving throw, or you could do an athletics if you'd prefer.
Athletics. That's a total of 16.
16. You can close it up and haul it out like a box. It ends up being almost a foot locker in your hands with the calzone.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll just kind of like march that back up into the church.
So we've got a calzone and we have a piece of skull art. Del, you've got a box of cards, so we already knew that one.
Yep.
New Rogue, you don't know what Thanksgiving is and didn't get an explanation other than everyone needs to bring something for it. So what are you looking for?
So I'm gonna look for something possibly like related to the church. I saw Ezra stuff, so there might be some tomes or some special objects. Anything I can scour for that I can give that might help aid this group. I'm wondering if I can use detect magic while I'm in here, because that allows me, if I'm to use that, it allows me to basically view a magic aura within 30 feet of me if anything is imbued with magic. And yeah, I'd like to see if I could use that. That be
Great. Let's use that. I will combine that with your general travels through the church. If you could roll me either an investigation or a religion. This is just so that you can figure out how advantageously you're placing yourself within this large church to get the amount of area you'd get with your identify magic spell.
I'm going to use a point of inspiration for that. Let me just check my investigation. Okay, so, and I also have my Stone of Decent Luck in my bag of Master P powder. So I'm adding a one onto that. So I'm going to use my religion. That's going to be a 14.
14. As you travel through this church, trying to see if you can find tomes, trying to see if you can find knowledge, what you end up finding are two things. You find a large sash and a smaller sash, both of which are a white, beautiful linen cloth, lined through, almost interwoven with what looks like a silvery kind of metal. And at the center of each of them is a symbol of Ezra.
Oh.
And you realize if you look at them, one, you might be able to say, wear around your waist just to show your general loyalty. And the other could be put to use as a headband showing the symbol of Ezra at the front of it to make clear your allegiance as you travel.
Oh, okay. Well, these are great for me, but I'm wondering if there's anything else I can find for the gang. They don't want to see me play dress up. They want stuff.
And that's when you keep looking and realize there's not just one little sash. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
It's a Thanksgiving miracle. Bone horse. Ratty rat. Guys.
You realize everyone is inside, so you're turning around yelling names, but you're
I'm
they're back
excited.
at the altar. So you've got to return to them. Let me see what your loyal friends managed to bring in. Okay.
What does that mean?
I'm rolling for them too. Okay.
Ryan rolling for NPCs is absolutely my favorite.
Rolling for NPCs to contribute to your event.
Yeah.
And you all return to the altar. New Rogue, you are the last. Everybody else approached at the same time, and you were a second later yelling, guys, as you approach.
And I'm so excited. It's like if I knew what Christmas morning was, it's like that.
As far as you know, this is the best holiday is Thanksgiving. You don't know about Christmas yet.
I got everybody costumes. They're sashes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
New Rogue, roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is a dirty 21.
Whoa.
Dirty 21.
Ooh.
You feel your hands just starting to singe the sashes and release them all onto the table safely, with none of them destroyed or damaged in any way.
Oh, right. Everybody, you can put them around your head, your waist. That's it.
That's great, buddy. Do you want me to give you a hand with yours?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you want to wear it? How do you want to wear it?
I want it across my chest, like diagonally from the shoulder to the belly. And I have this little one, and I want you to wrap it around my forehead.
Okay, you got it.
All right.
And Tyler helps New Rogue into his Ezra Thanksgiving best as everybody else decides how they are going to wear their headbands or sashes as Thanksgiving in Ravenloft is about to begin.
Yay!
We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Oh.
You are all gathered around the table. New Rogue, you are dressed exactly as you wish to be. Rumple Foreskin ties the sash in a small loop, almost decoratively, so it dangles down off of some of their shoulder armor. So it won't get caught by flames in combat. It's worn almost like a favor from a knightly lady being gifted to a combatant. Dr. Deputy jams it into the mouth of the robot, so it's hanging out like a tongue. How are the rest of you, Tyler, Shadow Nemesis, and Dell, all wearing your sashes or headbands of Ezra?
Well, I'm going to take the sash and take out my fancy bard hat and loop it around the top of the hat like another hat band. And then the rest of the sash dangles, so now it's got like a long dangly coming out of the back of it.
Well, very nice.
Nice.
Tyler?
I'll wear a sash around my head like a headband because I think the cape that I have keeps me from like wrapping it like over my shoulder because then it catches the cape. So we're just going to put it over the head and have the whatever slack is there just hang off the back as well.
Very nice. Shadow Nemesis. Now, this is where you are in an interesting conflict because I know you don't care for Ezra, but right now you do have a doll's maid costume that sort of looks like lacy underwear covering the brooch of number numbing on your helmet, which is, one might say, not that threatening. You could replace it with a tied headband, but it does have the symbol of Ezra on it. What do you do?
Yeah, I think he hands it to me. I'm just like, and I look at it and I see the symbol in my eyes, like they burn red at the hatred of the symbol. But then I kind of look at New Rogue and he has that like Christmas morning glee in his eyes, and I'm kind of like, I think maybe I could use this for the centerpiece, and instead I tie it on the gargoyle head, and then I decorate it with like blood wax and things like that.
Wow.
Oh,
Very creative.
And then I fold my arms grumpily, and smoke comes out of my helmet.
So the centerpiece has been put in place, and New Rogue provided the outfits for everyone. Tyler, you have your Ravenloftian calzone.
Yeah.
Would you want to present this next, or would you wait for Rumple Foreskin or Dr. Deputy or Del to go?
I think I'd wait. It's frozen, so it literally can wait, which is nice. So yeah, I'll sit on this until we kind of get a sense of what's going on for the spread and everything.
And Rumple Foreskin looks at the room and goes, "So, is there like an order to this, or is it just kind of whoever goes goes?"
Sounds like you're next.
sure.
Okay. And they just reach into their torso with the head and slide out, and you just see one plate of armor that they had detached from their general barding, and inside it are a big collection of berries that have all been kind of piled up, but they've been heated and kind of jellified and sweetened by the fire inside Rumple Foreskin's torso. And they set it on the table and say, "I've heard that people like sweet things, so I took these berries and then kind of made them sweeter."
Wow.
That's awesome.
Looks delicious.
You're the sweetest thing here, Rumple Foreskin.
Oh, thanks.
Thank
And
you.
then
Really leaning into that name.
the Dr. Deputy opens up the robot body and jumps out and stands as a doll on the table and says, "I tried to kill some birds, but I couldn't shoot the gun because they hadn't herded the party, so I got nothing. But I like you."
A for effort.
That's okay.
I've got a tech deck. I've got a skateboard that is scaled conveniently to your size right now. Do you want to just like do some cool tricks on the table for us? Just shred it?
I'll do a show for everybody. Give me that. Nothing ever
There you
goes
go.
wrong when I do a show. Let's roll a die. God damn. 23.
Wow.
You've ever seen. You all get to snack on berries. He's just every move you ever thought you'd see from Tony Hawk. Any of those games, that's what you see.
Amazing.
All of you who played those games could see the score just through the roof.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like,
go.
"Well, that was pretty cool. I did that.
Really cool.
You're welcome."
Thank you. That was great.
Hey, Tyler, I mean, I don't want to step on any toes here, but I think he's making better use of that tech deck than you are. Maybe we could gift Dr. Deputy that tech deck.
That sounds fine to me. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, he has an aptitude for it.
There you go.
Certainly does.
I'm a tech decker now.
I'm not the only one who's proficient in sick tricks. Refer to my proficiency list on my sheet.
Oh. Tyler, everyone else has presented what they're giving to the group. With Nell, I imagine going last with it being a game. What are you providing? How are you going to drop it off?
I think with us having our delicious sweet berry appetizer, I'll crack open this ice box and say, "Hey guys, look, I found this in the caretaker's shack outside. It's a fucking frozen like calzone.
Hey.
Whoa.
There's like sauce and cheese in this."
Well, let's throw that in Rumple and cook it up.
Well, that's, I was wondering, like, how are we going to make this happen? But Rumple, I mean, with that berry thing, I don't know if it's rude to ask you this, but would you mind cooking this frozen pizza in your flaming rib cage?
I mean, for anybody else, I'd say, hell no. But for you guys, let's cook a fucking calzone. And Rumple just takes the same armor plate with the berries and almost gives it a sweet sauce in the exterior. And there are a few moments as this calzone cooks inside Rumple foreskin. Del, you realize this is a good time as this calzone is baking to introduce whatever you're trying to do with your cards. What do you do?
Yeah, I realize it's tough to play. Like, I wish I had a other card deck, but I'm like, all right, we're going to play Go Fish, but we're going to go on teams since we don't have enough, there's a lot of people. And also, New Rogue shouldn't touch the cards. So I guess maybe me and New Rogue and Rumple Foreskin when you're done cooking versus Shadow Nemesis, Dr. Deputy Tyler. We can just play some Go Fish.
Sure,
fun?
That sounds great, yeah.
Sure.
Goldfish. Okay.
I won't be able to
Goldfish.
shoot the fish unless it hurts anybody.
Yeah.
I'll explain.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Del, could you roll me a performance?
Sure. And also the other thing that I was thinking of doing during this is not really matter, but one of my bard skills is that I have Song of Rest, which means that I do soothing music or oration to help when allies are resting. But in this case, I think I'm just keeping up the whole Chuck E. Cheese vibe.
Chuck E. Cheese is
Using
here.
that.
The
Yeah.
old
Forgot
school-
about that.
I can't remember. Was it Chuck E. Cheese that used to have like the Jamboree Band or whatever? That was like, yeah. You managed to keep the Jamboree Band active, just playing and
That's
strumming
what I
and
want.
beating away.
That's what I want. All right, performance.
Oh.
I rolled a 12, which makes it a 19.
19.
Jeez. Wow.
You actually explain the shit out of this game, and the Dr. Deputy gets it, which is a small miracle, but he does. So you have a game of Go Fish. So let's have a roll from each representative team.
Oh.
So I would say New Rogue, as you are the spiritual heart of your team, unable to touch any of the cards. We'll have you roll a d20.
Okay.
And then who wants to roll for the other team?
Do you want to roll, Adam?
Sure. Just a
that
straight
dice tower to
D20?
work?
Yeah, put
Yeah,
that dice
yeah.
tower to work. Just a
Yeah.
straight d20. This is just a luck check.
That is a lucky 13.
18.
All right, so the first round goes to Team New Rogue. Let's both roll again. We're gonna do best of 3.
Okay, Tyler, you do this one.
Okay.
Del, would you like to do this one or?
Sure, I'm fine with you rolling them all.
Oh, all right.
I believe in New Rogue. Beginner's luck.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me
Yeah.
to go? Okay.
You
12.
want me to go? Yeah.
I'm a
11.
12.
Fucker.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Another round to Team New Rogue. It's
Just
time-
edged us out.
It's time for the 3 of 3. Let's see if there's just a little bit of joy in there for the other team.
Del,
That's Adam.
the fish are going.
You are a Go Fish natural.
Okay.
Can I try to interfere with their cards somehow? Can I cheat?
Yeah, can you roll me a sleight of hand? We'll let you
Okay.
try to cheat.
I want to win. My sleight of hand's +3. Okay. Okay, it's 8.
Okay, he rolled so poorly that Del, because this is your deck of cards and you have practiced your close-up magic, you know he's trying to cheat, but he's failing at cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Do you cheat to let him win, or
Yes.
do you make the game fair?
No, I cheat to let him win one so that we don't wipe the floor with them. I help him cheat.
Great. Del, can you roll me a sleight of hand? And New Rogue, can you roll me a perception?
Okay, that is oh, I'm going to use an inspiration.
No.
Cards?
Let him.
Do it. You're right. It's a game of cards.
He's gonna be like boulders are falling at him. Like, shouldn't have wasted that.
No, use it.
Cards.
The only reason you're not using it is because everybody got metagamey. Nah, use it, babe.
Yeah, you do what you want.
That sucks. Okay, that was worthless. That's a 7.
I rolled a 10.
Of the game.
Okay, new rogue is unaware that you cheated on Shadow Nemesis' behalf, so it seems like a fair game to your team.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I caught all the fishes this round.
Yeah. I'm glad everybody got a little bit of fishing in.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Good game, Shadow Nemesis.
Yes, good game. And that win, well, do we keep playing for like a... Oh, I guess
Nope, the calzone's done now.
Yay!
Pulls out the calzone, and you all begin to feast, experiencing something akin to pizza in this hellish realm. And after you've all eaten this food to the sounds of the Jamboree Band, lit by a grotesque, horrifying-looking gargoyle skull, with just Dr. Deputy just starting to juggle a tech deck somehow. He's only got one of them, but he's just throwing it back and forth with his doll body. You realize it is time for each of you to say what you were thankful for. Who would like to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm oh,
Sorry.
no worries. Gang, I'm thankful that you've all been so supportive in all your individual ways, and I stare at Shadow Nemesis. I thank you for being understanding and forgiving, and just making this new rogue feel like the best rogue.
And next to you, the Dr. Deputy sets down his tech deck. And he just says, I'm thankful for everybody helping me get a robot body and for, like, not letting me stay dead. Most people just let Squire stay dead, and you didn't do that, and that makes you good evil. Evil good.
Aww.
Well said.
And then you just watch this Dr. Deputy get confused about the idea of someone helping him because he's thankful for it, but he can't figure out if that makes you evil or good. And the next person over is Tyler.
Let's see. I'm thankful for a lot right now, just given how everything's been going for us. Definitely thankful for everyone at this table. I would not have made it like 5 steps into this crazy fucked up world if it weren't for you guys helping me out. So really, really thankful for each and every one of you. You know, we're gonna make it. We stick together, right? So thankful that we're still together.
And Rumpleforeskin leans in and says, and I'm thankful that all of you let me tag along. Frankly, Bone Horses, I mean, we either get ignored or we get kidnapped and forced to work for evil people, and then people kind of forget you over the centuries of forced servitude to evil. And instead, you all, like, talk to me like just another person, and then I got to come with you to try to find my home. And that's a lot better than forced servitude forever. I don't know if I deserve you all, but I'm honored to be here.
Oh.
No.
You definitely deserve. Yeah, tell him, Del.
Yeah, you definitely deserve to be here, and we all love and appreciate you.
Oh, thanks. All right, Del, it's your turn. Standing next to a very emotional bone horse.
Yeah, I'm giving little bone horse shoulder pats to the little shoulder bone.
And Rumple just leans a little bit into you. And you realize it's like, you know, it's like an animal leaning in for like sign of affection.
Yeah, well, I'm thankful for friends. Old friends, new friends that we have now, and I'm thankful that we're able to do this and have a little downtime. I'm thankful that everybody's talking, and I'm thankful that we're all alive and together. It's really scary out there. It's scary in the normal world, but scarier here where there's lots of bad things, but I'm thankful that we're all sticking together and helping each other.
And the camera pans over to Shadow Nemesis, who is the last to speak. What do you say?
Well, I am also thankful for a lot of things. First of all, I'm thankful for Shadow Master for allowing me to purge the weak atom from my system and allow the true Shadow Nemesis to burn bright like 1,000 suns.
Thank you so much. You're like definitely what I'm thankful for.
Oh, he says he was super thankful. I'm also thankful for Dr. Deputy, because you are, of all my children, the best of the children. I'm thankful.
Dr. Deputy almost falls over. He's so touched. Only the tech deck is keeping him up at this point.
Yeah, see, I can say nice things sometimes. Who else? I like the new car that we got. That's super fun. I can't wait to try out the guns on it. That'll be great. Ooh, I'm also thankful for my gun. I'm a little confused about the if I get 7 bullets in it or if there's 6 bullets and I got to add another bullet. But
Can you roll me a perception?
Natural 20.
It can hold 6 rounds, so you got 1 more on your hip.
Hey, I just solved it. I can hold 6 rounds, but I have an extra one I'm going to keep on my hip. I'm also super thankful for possibly the sexiest girlfriend a guy like me could ask for, Lucretia Sanguine, who's just aces across the board.
Did you say sanguine?
You said sanguine?
Yes, Lucretia Sanguine. She's
Like Acer Sanguine?
The Dark Lord?
Wait, who's that again? Who's
The Dark
That's the
Lord
guy
of the
that-
realm.
Where's the guy we're here to kill? That guy is going to replace as the chosen one, as the Dark Lord of this realm?
Shadow
is
Nemesis.
that the same guy?
We'll take a quick commercial break right there. Shadow Nemesis, you have just learned that your girlfriend, Lucretia Sanguine, has the same last name as Acer Sanguine, the demon lord in charge of this realm.
Oh yeah. Ooh, hey, what do you think that means?
I think it means that, like, how did she find you? Can she find you again? Like I have so many questions about this woman I didn't want to know anything about before, by the way, because you were getting really weird about all the sex you had. But now, fuck, we need to know more because she could be somehow related to the guy who's trying to kill us.
I have a question
New Rogue,
first.
can you roll me a perception? And then I will answer your question.
Okay.
Shadow knows. What's your question? I'll come back to the roll.
Oh,
If
just
it's for me, not in world.
yes.
Right. Okay.
I was just thinking, like, you know, is there a way I can contact her? Because if I left, I would have been like, hey, can I call you sometime? Like, is there some way I could, like, you know, like a little like magic cell phone that I could reach out, and or did she just like kick me out and I'm like, all right, I'll see you later?
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Persuasion. Okay.
Retroactive persuasion.
Retroactive persuasion.
Persuasion.
You know what? All right, I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Okay. But you have perspiration, so
But
roll
I
me a
have-
d6.
Oh, man.
3.
All right, you're rolling with disadvantage, so roll another d20 and let's see if it gets worse.
That's a sweaty, upsetty baby.
Oh, so disadvantage, eh? It
Yeah.
got worse. Okay. All right. So I guess my persuasion now is 7.
7. You asked her if there was a way to get in touch with her, and she was like, oh, I'll call you, and then shoved you out of the ethereal plane back to the material plane. So you don't officially have a way to reach out. But, New Rogue, what did you roll for your perception?
That's a natural 20, baby.
Whoa. A natural 20. New Rogue, as this discussion is happening, you are the only person to look into the shadows of the Chuck E. Cheese and see a full mist-shaped person. They're shaped as a human figure, but they are made of mist flowing out of the floor. And they seem to be politely waiting, as though they were going to step in and give gifts. But now the conversation is kind of turned sharply to the left, so they don't know what to do.
Hey guys, folks, people,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
The display with the rats and the group singing that are also animals.
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah.
There are creatures in there, and I think they're made of the mist gas, and I think we got to turn our attention to that.
There's a
as well.
creature?
And you all turn and look and see eyes all floating out of the shadows in the corner of the room watching. And you see a single human-sized humanoid figure made up of voluminous mist that is flowing out of the floor, flowing up into the body shape and then back out and merging down. And it steps towards you, Tyler, and it raises both of its mist hands that form a ball, and it opens those hands. And when you look inside them, you see Ivan the Bat. And he takes off and flies towards you and lands on your shoulder. He's like, "Hey, man, I feel like juice the fuck up." Yeah, man, this is cool.
Destroyed again. Are you? I didn't summon you. How are you here?
I don't know, man, but I think they like made me stronger and stuff. Check this out. And he flies down to your hand so that you can touch him. And as you do, you feel that he is more solid, stronger than he was before, more solidified and present in this realm instead of the celestial realm. And you realize that your gift from the Watchers for Thanksgiving is that Ivan now has 5 HP instead of 1 HP.
Whoa.
Thanks, Watchers.
Wow.
Yeah, note that somewhere.
And the mist figure turns to you, Del, and extends a hand towards you as though to shake.
Okay. I slowly put out a hand to shake him. Thanks for all the help, mists.
And the moment your hand takes theirs, magic jolts through your body, and you can feel it travel through every blood vessel and artery through your whole form. And for a moment, you can feel your entire sanguinary system light up with magic. And you realize the mists have given you the ability to blood summon ghosts.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
Which means you can suffer 1d4 damage if you are to sacrifice some of your blood through cutting your hand or releasing blood. And it will let you commune with the ghosts that you have summoned to learn more about what is happening around you. So that will give you advantage on perception, investigation, history, or arcana checks if you are to make that sacrifice.
Cool.
Because with blood, you will be able to more directly commune with them than you would have been able to previously.
Oh my god.
Shadow Nemesis.
Ooh.
The mist figure turns to you and raises both hands, slowly moving them towards your face. Do you let it touch you?
I think when it first walked out, I like my hands on the gun. But then when I see it's like giving things, I'm like, okay. And then I take my hand off the gun. So I think I have like little like red eyes, but they like just like close into like little slits, and I just kind of like hope nothing bad happens.
And the mist-like hands, you just feel almost like a Coca-Cola Cool Zone, just a little spray of fine mist as they touch you. And you feel the magic of the mists flow through you, and you feel yourself grow slightly more charismatic. You could feel the power of your personality flowing through you. And you realize that your danger sense, which for now only applied to dexterity checks, will also apply to all charisma saving throws, because your personality cannot be denied.
Whoa!
Wow.
So it's charisma too?
Yep, dexterity or charisma checks from any danger you can see will now allow for that.
Yeah, baby. Can I high five the mist?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Okay. But like not aggressively, just in like joy. Well, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You actually manage to high five the mist, and you can't tell if the creature is actually interacting with you or not. You get the feeling that it probably isn't. It's just going through the motions for the Watchers. But to everybody else, it looks like the mist was so cool and chill with you that like everybody else is getting this like unholy engagement, and you just got like a chill high five at the end.
Wow.
Yeah, cool, man, cool. I just like high five him. Up high, down low, kind of like that thing, like a little like back and forth, like slap, yeah.
Yep. And the mist turns and moves back to Tyler. And it reaches out a hand towards your face, Tyler. and it touches you. And you feel the magic just reshape your body, and it feels more natural. And you have this brief moment of connection. And the rest of you look at Tyler, not big green horned nightmare Tyler. He looks like regular Tyler. And you realize the mists are giving you the ability to cast Disguise Self twice a day without needing to use spell slots. So for another time a day, you can be your old self or any other self you need to be instead of just the once.
Thank you.
Whoa.
So much. I do it right now.
They use one of those for you, so you are Tyler at this moment. And the mists turn and go to walk back into the Chuck E. Cheese. And New Rogue, you have this terrifying moment of worrying you've been forgotten. And then the mist figure turns back around like a little bit of like, yeah. And it comes over to you.
Hey.
And it kneels down in front of you. And the figure's hands form a small gate over the ground, almost 4 feet high, and as though it's a small doorway. And you just see the mist fill it, and you see them reach behind and just push forwards. And stumbling out of the mist is a small goat.
What?
A small goat. It steps out. It's gray and white in patches. It looks up at you and goes, and then it steps forwards and it nuzzles your hand. And you realize that you don't hurt it if you touch this goat.
What? Oh, I'm going to give this thing so many belly rubs. Look, everybody.
And the goat
yeah.
jumps up into your arms and is just all over you. It licks your face. You get to hug it. You get to touch it. You realize the mists have given you a pet, a mist goat, if you will.
Thank you, Mist Watchers. I can touch something and I don't kill it. And it's so cute and it has weird eyes.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah.
And the figure in the mist just fades back. And the mist sinks into the ground with the gifts having been given on this Thanksgiving Day. And you all watch New Rogue get to engage with a mist goat, actually able to touch something without it dying. And it's a beautiful, heartwarming moment for all of you. And that's when a voice echoes out through the church and says, I am thankful for many things, but most of all, that you have come into my church. And you turn and look and see the gargoyle's head has come to life on the altar. And the voice says to you all, and now you die as a sacrifice to my glory. And from the ceiling, in the hole at the top of the church, through the trap door where you had smashed the gargoyle bodies, a giant gargoyle body, headless, slams down onto the top of the altar and grabs the head and places it on. And the king gargoyle looks at all of you and says, and now I eat your bones.
Can I eat his brain before he eats me?
That's the end of the episode. We're going to end it even before that gets dead.
Wow.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, Gus Schreider, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.